UFC 313 post-fight reaction. I just finished watching the main event literally like about 10 minutes ago, and I figure I'd give my thoughts and recording about it. And I'm just gonna go scratch through the predictions real quick, and then we'll talk about what happened with the co-main and main event, because really that's the start of the show. So early prelims, we had a Dorjir Santos versus Ozzy Diaz, with Diaz winning by decision. Prelim card, let's see, we had Marine Santos winning against Francis Marshall via decision. We got Carlos Lia beating Alex Morano by KO in the first round by 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Bruno Ferreira winning by submission against Armin Petrosan. Joshua Van winning a decision against Ray Tesoria. I don't know how you say that guy's name. All right, going on to the main card. King Green versus Marcelo Ruffy, with Ruffy winning by KO. I unfortunately couldn't find a stream in time, so I missed out that entire fight, unfortunately. And then Amanda Lemos versus Lasmin Lucindo, and of course, Amanda won by decision, and there was a snooze fest, as all women's MMA fights usually are. Anyways, Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamunez, with Bahamunez actually winning by a submission, and I actually saw a lot of people were not picking Bahamunez. A lot of people were just picking Jalen Turner. And I was like, man, I think Bahamunez has the momentum and this and that, and he's just going to win, and I was right. But I didn't expect him to get a submission. I expected him to get a decision. But the fact that he got a submission was pretty impressive. Some people were saying that Jalen Turner might actually just retired, because he was laying his gloves down, and I think Joe Rogan in DC were saying, maybe even John Ike were saying, that he's having like some mental issues coming back. And I understand if you have like mental health issues with fighting, then it's just time to call it a career. Unfortunately, a lot of these fighters don't have any other option though except to fight. So I hope that Jalen Turner, if he is retiring for good, then it was a decent career, and I hope that he finds a job where he has like an opportunity that he can use to earn money. But it was a good fight. Co-main event, and the fight at night, in my opinion, because they've missed the prelims in the early prelims, is Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev, with Gaethje winning by a decision. Now, I was confident picking Fiziev because I thought Gaethje might have been it, but I don't know who had it worse. Was it Gaethje for accepting a short notice opponent, or was it Fiziev for coming in short notice? And I wanted Rafael to win, because I knew that if Gaethje won, they're probably going to try to push for like a June title fight, like International Fight Week against Islam Makhachev, and I don't want to see that. Nobody actually wants to see that fight. Okay, I know they know what's going to be there. What's the next question? Justin Gaethje versus Islam Makhachev? Yeah, that's the fight to make. That's the fight to make. International Fight Week? Yeah, that's the fight to make. How do you not give Justin Gaethje opportunity? If you don't like Justin Gaethje, you're a fake fan. I know he's going to say some bullshit like that just to give an excuse to give Justin Gaethje a title shot against Islam Makhachev, which, anyone here knows that that's just a free title defense for Islam at that point. It's pretty much a guarantee. And I really hope we still get Topuria versus Makhachev in the International Fight Week, and we can just make Gaethje fight, like, I don't know, maybe like an interim belt for... Who knows? Maybe like Armin Tsarukyan and Charles Oliveira can fight Max Holloway for the BMF belt, depending how that shit goes. Anyways, co-main event, or my bad, main event, Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. It's over, guys. It's over. Magomed beat Ankalaev, or my bad, had a bit of a brain issue there. Magomed beat Alex Pereira via decision. Man, it's over. The dream for a triple champ is over, I think. I don't think Pereira is going to have a title shot at heavyweight anymore. And, man, I was pretty upset just watching Pereira. I was saying, like, why? I know a lot of people are going to criticize me saying, oh, you're not a fighter. You don't know what it's like. I know, but why was Pereira so tentative? Like, it seemed like he just was so scared of, like, throwing down, man. Like, I wish I could have saw him just, like, throw like went into the caution or caution into the wind and just start trying to throw some left hooks or try to throw like some right hands, man. I feel like he was just too tentative while he was backing up. And I know that, it's hard. It's easier for me to say that, but I just feel like Pereira could have done more, man. I don't know why that happened. And I'm not excusing Pereira. Like, I'll admit, I did think that was like a bad outing from Pereira, but I also do recognize that Magomed is really good and he deserves that win. But, man, I just can't. I'm upset, man. We're about to get like one of the most inactive champs, and we're about to get like one of the most boring champs in a long ass time, man. I'm not excited as Ankalaev as champ. We just ruined Alex Pereira's plans for a triple champ, and I don't know. I think he does get an immediate rematch, and I don't know if he wins that rematch. Alex Pereira, 37 years old, regaining the title back. Like, yeah, it's possible because Glover won the title at a, like, what was it, 41 years age? 41 years of age. and I just don't know if Alex can do that again, because Alex does have more miles on his body than Glover does. Glover, I think, took like a big break, if I remember correctly. It might be wrong. And Alex, he's had a career in kickboxing, and he's done things and this and that. That's why Israel Adesanya kind of peaked early a little bit, in my opinion, for the middleweight division. I think Israel was like 35, 36. You know, it's unfortunate, man, because there were so many good things you can do with Alex Pereira. You could have made him defend the title with Magomed, and he could have went on to become maybe triple champ. Do I think he actually beats Tom Aspinall? No. I think he has like a 10% chance of actually beating Tom Aspinall. But then you look at the stats and realize that this just could have been something unique, man. We could have saw him have like 2 more title defenses at light heavyweight at least. Like maybe if he would have beat Ankalaev, he could have beat like Yuri a third time. And maybe you could have like one more match against maybe, I don't know, Rakic and call it a career. But I just don't know what you do with Pereira's career now. I think the only option is a rematch. And here's the thing. If he has like anywhere near a repeat of that, then I think he actually loses the rematch again. And then it's like bye-bye Pereira. And man, I appreciated Pereira's career. I don't know if this is like the end for him. Like he just starts losing fights left and right. But I really did appreciate Pereira's career, man. Pereira was one of my favorite fighters. Just watching him go through the come up, man. Watching him beat contenders at middleweight, get the belt, lose to Israel Adesanya, rack up title defenses at light heavyweight, beating Yuri twice, Jamal Hill. Who else? He was beating, what's the guy's name? Khalil Roundtree. It was just such a fun thing to watch, man. He was such an active champ, and that's something I value a lot in MMA. And I just feel like with Ankalaev winning, we're just not going to get those active title defenses. And not only that, Ankalaev doesn't really have the most fighter-friendly style. It's boring. Ankalaev isn't really putting on exciting fights. I mean, shit. Ankalaev also has like some plot armor going on. You guys remember when he like got DQ'd against like Johnny Walker, and they try to say that like, oh, it was a proper no contest. Like, no, he should have been DQ'd against that fight. Anyone who watched that fight knew that it was what's his face. It was freaking Ankalaev that literally, I forgot what it was. I think he kneed him like somewhere in the head. I forgot what kind of foul it was, but it was a really bad foul. And it should have been a DQ for Ankalaev, but instead they drew it as a no contest. Probably because I think the fight was done in the Middle East. And, you might be calling me like conspiracy theorist, but I know for a fact that UFC rigged some of their fights. Not completely rigged, but the judging can be a little bit rigged so they can be in their favor. Like, there's some people that still argue that Khabib actually never made weight against Justin Gaethje. And I actually agree with that. I thought that the weight machine was still moving a little bit. And, it just tells you that certain countries are more corrupt and they have, like, better sanctioning or shit. Or worse, because they're just not legitimate. Besides, don't you think it's a coincidence when, like, Michael Bisping keeps winning decisions in, like, England back in the day? Or, like, somehow Arabic fighters or, Muslim fighters in those, like, country regions just happen to win decisions, even though they get robbed. Like, they didn't win that fight. But, man... I'm going to miss Pereira's career, man. I really hope he does win the rematch and you can still have that triple champ status thing. Because here's the thing, even if he doesn't succeed, just getting to try that alone is amazing. It really is. But, damn, we're missing out on one of the storylines of a lifetime. I think if Pereira would have beat Ankalaev, just would have maybe beat he would have maybe, and it's like a very slim chance maybe that he could have beat Aspinall. And I know that it's so likely that it's not gonna happen, but just the fact that he could have been triple champ is instantly cements him as the GOAT in my opinion. But it's unfortunate. I do want to see what happens next too with Ignacio Bahamundes and Marcelo Ruffrey. And the rest of the card, I don't really care for them. I know some people are going to call me a casual for saying I don't really care, but let's be honest, guys. There's not really anything special going on here with the prelim card. Like, I'm not saying these fighters suck, but they're not really like people you're going to keep a tab on, like storylines going on. Right now, the storyline with Gaethje is he wants to get a final title shot before he retires, and Pereira, his storyline was he wanted to move up and maybe possibly challenge for the belt at heavyweight. Ruffy is just his storyline is just continuing to win fights. He's basically like the right-handed version of McGregor or the Brazilian version of McGregor. A lot of people are saying, but That's it for this video, guys. Just wanted to talk about my instant post-fight reaction. Sorry if the damn table's a little bit too squeaky. I hate this damn table, but I don't really have any other way that I can record myself with isolation. But that's it for this video. If you guys like the video, like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate it if you do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.